¿Qué pasa, chavales? ¿Cómo estáis? Bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de Metal Gear Solid 2, chavales. Habíamos terminado el capítulo del tanker con Solid Snake, chavales. Vamos a Load Game. Vamos a continuar con el capítulo de la planta. Ahí lo veis, Plant Beginning, chavales. Vamos a empezar el capítulo de la planta con el fucking Raiden, chavales. Esperemos que no haya demasiadas cinemáticas, porque me cago en San Dios, chavales.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Hace 2 años fue el incidente ese de Solid Snake en el barco. Cuando le hicimos unas fotitos al Metal Gear Ray, chavales. Y vamos de camino al Big Shell ahora, chavales. Una misión de infiltración, como siempre.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the Big Shell was seized by an armed group. Do we have an ID? Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the Big Shell under complete control.
Ahí tenemos a Raiden, chicos. Ya que el destripador le llamaban. Raiden es un hombre en clave. Ahí tenemos el Big Shell, chavales, consta de 2 shells, ¿vale? Y cada shell tiene... son todos hexagonales, tiene 6 soportes alrededor, ¿vale? Como lo veis ahí tenéis uno, otro y van conectados por un puente. Ese será el Shell 1 y luego está el Shell 2.
What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
James Johnson.
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the Big Shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history.
Joder, la que quiere el día de estos.
You have 2 mission objectives. 1.
Infiltrarse en el Big Shell, que ya lo hemos hecho más o menos, ¿vale? Proteger al presidente y a los otros rehenes. Claro, y mandan a un tío solo que es un dios del Olimpo, ¿no? Este juego la verdad que era un poco americanada, tío, porque vamos, una persona sola no puede enfrentarse a un grupo de terroristas armados. Digo yo, no sé.
Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
Ahora somos miembros de Foxhound. Y cuando estuvimos en Shadow Muses con Snake, era al contrario. Estábamos contra ellos.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your
no sé por qué le llaman Snake.
following communication.
What's wrong with
bueno.
Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration.
Bueno, ahora nos llamamos Raiden, chavales. Ahora nos llamamos Snake y ahora Raiden, no sé.
In VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85.
Como veis, siempre se utilizan las mismas frecuencias,
push the select button.
como en el 1 y en todos.
Contact you. The codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codex receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use
En verdad
that.
el juego empieza igual que el de Shadow Moses, chavales. O sea, venimos por el agua,
Your new
hay
sneaking suit
un
uses
par de centinelas y tenemos que subir un
electrophysical
ascensor. O
technology,
sea,
a
mucho no se lo curraron
research.
tampoco.
The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the
Y un
material
traje
protects
similar como el de
against a
Solid
wide
Snake.
range of toxic substances.
Como la goma
The suit
para el
itself has a
frío,
wide
no sé qué,
array
no
of
sé
built-in
cuántos.
sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D.
Piel inteligente.
Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle.
Tenemos que abrir la escotilla esa para entrar a la dirección del ascensor,
Locate the
chicos.
hatch first.
Si me dejan, claro, porque vaya chapa que te meten en este juego,
Moving on to
chavales.
main mission objectives.
Encima en inglés, que es lo que más me jode, tío. Vale, pues ya estamos aquí con Raiden, chicos. Vamos a pillar esta ración aquí. Aquí no hay nada. Vale, vamos a entrar por aquí. Alguien ha golpeado a este centinela. O sea que debe ser que hay un intruso más aquí. Jiji.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gorlukovich man.
Gorlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They've become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Gorlukovich, que estuvo en el tanker, chavales, con Snake. El padre de Olga Gorlukovich. Oh. Ah, ese es Snake, chavales. Ese es Snake, chavales. Con el mismo traje que hace 2 años y todo.
There's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take
Yo creo que
advantage of
Campbell
the
no es gilipollas y yo creo que ya está, ya lo sabe, tío.
There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Tonto, nodo.
Use the node to gain access to the big
El nodo es un
shells
ordenador,
facilities
chavales,
network.
que activamos para tener el
Pull up the
radar.
map of the structure.
El radar en esa
And
estructura
activate the
solo.
Soliton radar.
The
No en
Soliton
todas.
radar?
Hay que activar el nodo en todas.
That
En
radar
todos
came in
los...
useful during VR training.
Los estos, ¿cómo se llama,
The
tío?
radar system uses biological
En todos los
magnetic
hexágonos
fields
estos que os he dicho antes, tío.
These estimated
De
enemy
los Shell.
positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS
Los
signals
soportes, coño,
and
no me salía el
field
nombre. Los
personnel
soportes.
reports.
Hostia.
We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do
Ahí
I
está.
gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
4 horas, chavales. Vale, pues vamos a acceder al nodo, chicos. Y ahora tenemos otra puta cinemática. Que es lo que más rabia me da, tío. Llevamos 10 minutos de grabación, tío. Joder. Y no he jugado nada. Toma ahí, calambre, machote. Voy a grabar 10 minutos más, chicos, más o menos para que no se haga demasiado largo los vídeos, porque es que el de Snake... Bueno, esto lo dejamos tal cual, me suda la polla. El de Snake, tío, me duró casi una hora. Bueno, va a ser el tirón con todas las cinemáticas, tío, y una hora no sé yo si se lo va a ver la gente. Pero bueno, esto fuera de aquí.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning.
El radar está funcionando ahora, eso es.
Your VR training sessions.
Joder.
The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Vamos, como en el Metal Gear 1,
Your
chavales.
radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of
Rose,
this
por lo
mission.
visto, es una novia
What the
de
hell is going
Raiden.
on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Hala.
Rose,
You need
Si
someone
te
to
gusta
watch
bien y si
your
no...
back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency
Y luego
is
nunca la llama Raiden, pero bueno.
140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack,
what?
do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well, I'll keep trying till I hear the answer.
Pero hasta que
I'm
te
gonna let
acuerdes.
you go, Jack. Take care.
Parece estar buenorrilla la Rose, ¿eh? Así un poco a bote pronto. Hostia, aquí tengo un jambete. No me he dado cuenta.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Vale. Este voy a hacérmelo. Van por culo. Vale. Era evidente que iban a hacer eso. Aquí no sé si se ve una reacción. Desde aquí no la puedo ver, tío. Voy a hacer así. Me lo quito del medio a este. No. Vámonos. Voy a mirar a ver si está la ración. Vale, me la pillo. Yes. Y nos vamos. Que te den por culo. Otra cinemática, chicos. Es que es lo que no me gusta de este juego, tío. Si tengo que dejar las cinemáticas... Pero es que jugar a un juego sin las cinemáticas, tío, al final es como que se queda vacío, ¿no? Sons of Liberty, chavales. Así es como se llama el juego. Su líder se llama Solid Snake. Están locos, tío. Snake no es un terrorista, chavales. No.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Ahí tenemos a Raiden, chavales, el que vamos a manejar en todo el juego. No entiendo por qué no pusieron a Snake de protagonista aquí también, tío.
VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6
¿Veis? Hay soportes que lo rodean, chavales, como os he dicho antes.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on
Dos hexágonos.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Vale, vamos a bajar por aquí, chavales. Las que no sean obligatorias no las voy a coger, evidentemente, que den por culo. Esta es obligatoria.
Right. SEAL Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command, and the NSDD came from the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
Perfecto, brother. Déjame un poquito en paz, anda, que quiero jugar.
I'll go check the roof. I'll leave the first
Tú
floor
ocúpate
to
el
you,
primer
okay?
piso.
Understood.
Ok, brother. Ahí tenemos el otro nodo, chavales.
Colonel, I've located the node, but it's under heavy surveillance. I can't get in any closer.
Distract them. Try making some noise to draw their attention away.
How?
Flatten yourself against a wall and hit the punch button.
Got
Joder,
it.
macho. Solo le falta que le mastique la comida, tronco. Mira, hacemos así, hacemos una hostia, partimos el cuello y se acabó la vaina. Brother, ya está. Cogemos el puto nodo y pa'lante. Vamos por aquí. Iba a ir a por la M9, pero paso, tío. Ya la pillaré más tarde. Tenemos 2 centinelas. Ahora voy a llamar otra vez al coronel para que le chupe la polla, tío. Pesado.
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
Ah, que en verdad eso lo hacen para que te enseñen los comandos un poco, a colgarte. Vamos, que en la zona de especial, chavales, tenéis un apartado que pone Basic Actions y te enseñan todas las acciones para aprender a jugar más o menos decentemente. Luego ya la experiencia te da un más nivel y sabes hacer un poco más de cosas, la verdad. Hay cosas que yo sé, por ejemplo, que no te las pone en las acciones esas, la verdad. Venga, sí, déjame en paz ya un poquito, anda, ya está.
As I said before, they need to be kept in the dark about our presence.
So we just listen in.
I'm patching it through.
Get real. This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe?
Get
He is
real.
safe. What about the package?
Get
Tell the
real.
guys upstairs that we've secured the package. Easy money.
Good
Whatever.
work. Your retrieval is on the way.
Whatever.
Come on home.
Roger that.
Whatever.
Holy!
Alpha Zero,
Whatever.
report.
Tiraco, chaval.
Come in, Alpha Zero.
This is Alpha
going a
Zero.
bit too
We're under
far.
attack. This is crazy. Is that?
That's going a bit too far.
Alpha Zero, respond.
That's going a bit too far.
All Alpha, respond.
That's going a
Raiden,
bit too
the
far.
president's life is in danger. Head to Strut B
Why don't you
now.
do it?
Y eso de colgar no vale para nada, chavales. Hacemos así, hacemos así. Hacemos así. Tomar por culo. Bueno, ahora tenemos otra cinemática. Joder, tío, qué coñazo. Después de esta cinemática corto, chavales, porque es que ya llevo 20 minutacos y no he jugado una mierda, como siempre, chavales. Espero que os guste la historia en sí, porque madre mía. Dios. Toma.
Alpha Zero, come in, Alpha Zero.
Ese es Bump. Bump.
All Alpha, come in. What's going on? Alpha, respond.
Se los ha follado a todos, chaval.
What are you?
Five today,
Hoy han sido 5. Joder, chaval, y se taladra el pecho.
or rather six.
O quizás 6. Jeje. Salto mortal. Rar. Y ni se ha enterado de que le ha saltado en la espalda, tío. Joder, ha rajado la cara y ni se ha enterado.
Where is he?
Este es Snake, chavales. Solo por la voz ya. Se ha transformado en un miembro de estos de los SEAL, de la Marina.
Strange.
Qué olor más extraño. Vamos, Snake, reacciona, coño.
You smell like. Are you?
It has to be. Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
Vamp,
Yeah, Queen?
are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
In the central unit with the president.
Be right there.
Joder, chaval. No es humano.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down. My name is Pliskin. Iroquois.
Iba a decir
Pliskin,
Snake.
Lieutenant junior grade.
Ahí tenemos a Snake.
Are you a Navy SEAL? How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
Chopper Gunner.
Have I seen you before?
That suit. Are you Foxhound?
That's right.
Foxhound was disbanded. Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21? That's about tactical IT deployment, right? Any field experience?
No, not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Sneaking mission 60, weapons 80, advanced,
VR, huh?
but realistic in every way.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
That's far more effective than live exercises.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year, a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
Right. What's going on?
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor.
The kid's wired with nanomachines.
What about the president?
Looks like they took him somewhere else.
I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah, Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
Ya lo ha dicho en qué trabaja y todo. Ha dicho quién es y para qué trabaja el
Take
crack.
a look.
What the hell?
A Navy captain.
Me desmayo.
You all right?
Give me a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak? That was Vamp.
Vamp.
He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after US allies.
Ahí tenemos a los miembros, chavales. Fatman, Fortune, Vamp, George Sears, no sé si ese es Solidus, tío. No estoy seguro.
6 months ago.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
Why would they go after the big shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic fringe.
What about their leader? He says he's Solid Snake.
Snake died 2 years ago.
You mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
You're saying Snake is still alive and pulled another one?
No, he's not involved in this one. His body was positively ID'd 2 years ago.
Snake is dead.
And buried.
Sí, lo tienes delante,
What
chaval.
about the other soldiers? I saw Russian equipment too.
Former Soviet military. They're probably mercenaries. The big shell is too much ground for just Dead Cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this? And you came in alone to boot? Why?
Eso digo yo. Me mandan ahí sin tener ni puta idea de nada.
Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
I don't smoke.
Keep it anyway. May come in handy. Take this too.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero, currently at the bridge between struts B and C. The President is... Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in, all Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
Aren't you going to answer him?
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80.
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano communication, right?
Yeah, but I can patch into your frequency.
Hey, what's your name?
Raiden.
Raiden? Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Maybe I'll find out someday.
Pues nada, chicos, aquí finiquitamos la parte 1 del capítulo de la planta con el fucking Raiden sidoso cabrón. Y nada, chavales, nos vemos en el próximo vídeo de Metal Gear Solid 2, chicos. Un saludete y chao, chao.